Collaboration is always good. But now you can collaborate with everyone, right? I don't need to collaborate with a comedian. I don't need a comedian on the Ralph Empire for that meeting, I don't need someone to put on my coat and start laughing on the street for people to buy,
Do you feel that your friends have been supportive with your journey, or has it been something that's been challenging for you?
Thank you for the question.
If you have an idea, go for it. Like, keep putting yourself out there, right? You wouldn't know, like we'll say in the Nigerian local parlance, we'll say, your helper, maybe one day you go meet your helper. So
that's so true.
And he made my ideas and my dreams a reality. And that's how Inale was better.
I love that. I love. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? Welcome back once again to our podcast. We're so excited to have you here. We're so excited to actually be here. We have such an amazing lineup that's going to be happening today. We have two amazing people that are going to be here today. Do you want to tell us?
Yeah, so guys, we have Williams and we have Ralph Empire. So we're having them here today to talk about a very interesting topic: succeeding as a creative entrepreneur in Berlin.
Yeah.
So, guys, can you introduce yourselves? And let's start from there. So, William, let's go.
My name is Williams Otobo, from Benue State, north central part of Nigeria.
Nice.
Identify with the Idoma tribe, the Idoma ethnic group from Benue State. Yeah. Currently, I work as an IT system administrator in one of the food startup here in Berlin. We produce vegan cheese. Yeah, so watch out for our products coming out soon.
Amazing.
Aside being in the tech space, I'm also a multi-talented artist. I model, I write, I'm a poet. Currently, I have one of my debut project out already titled Inale. So go get some copy.
So guys, if you know, this is William's book. So like you said, it's Inale, and I've read it. I mean, not entirely, but it's very, very interesting, and I'm still reading it and finalizing. So Williams, thanks for the amazing book. Thanks for introducing yourself to us and our audience as well.
Sure.
And so now we're gonna ask one of my favorite people. He has an amazing brand, and I would like him to introduce himself, please.
She's happy.
I was gonna introduce you for you.
I'll let you go.
I would like to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here today. My name is Felix Ralph. I'm originally from Nigerian and living in Berlin since 5 years. I'm a serial entrepreneur and a mental health coach, and I'm looking forward to what we're cooking and what we're about to serve you guys. And once again, thanks for the opportunity to be here today.
Our pleasure.
Nice. So let's start off with Williams, actually, since you introduced yourself the first time.
Okay.
Tell me what actually inspired you to write this book, and what actually inspires you to be, to look beyond being in the IT industry. And
okay, thank you so much. What's my inspiration, or where does my inspiration spans from? My inspiration spans from my daily interactions with nature, with people. And if you've had a close read of the book, you tend to see that it cut across or mirrors every facet of life and our daily activities and societal norms that we have given a blind eye that has not been able to get the required attention. Just a week ago, a lady was murdered in Nigeria, right? Her name is Christiana. Part of what I wrote in the book, if you get to that point, it's talking about the insecurity of the female child anywhere in the world. there are cases of adoption, rape, and all. So there's a big cry for a girl child or a female child to be well secured, well trained, and given the necessary resources to be able to like fend for themselves and be independent. And not only that, right? Aside being focused on the female child, we also need that the boy child should be trained and grow properly as a proper man in the society.
I love that.
You guys, do you know what? You know who's going to be a good father? William is going to be a good father. Yeah. I just realized, hey, if my sisters were single, I would have given you one of my sisters.
Blaze, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Nice. We love to hear that. I mean, it's really remarkable and very brave of you to actually start something. It's not easy, especially in an environment where you are the minority, so big up.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And for the next question, you were like, why diverging into creativity, living the IT space? And I think it has to do with where I am or the phase I am now in my life, right? I never knew I had this kind of creative side of me until I got to Berlin, and I saw that like the environment influences you to be whatever you want to be, right? So I had to tap into that, started seeing some signs from who I'm developing into or evolving into, and I was like, yes, I think I'm in the right place, let me do this. And I would say, regardless of all of these, you see, there's still more from where this has comes from. And for the IT space, it's just like to be able to see how I can use technology to further develop my creativity at the end of the day. So you can see me everywhere and doing what I love doing best. Yeah.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, sure.
Boys, I mean, it's so interesting because we have these two guys and they're so multi-talented and very, business and entrepreneur, oriented. We want to learn a lot from you guys as well. So I'll come back again to you, Williams. But hey, come on now, Ralph. Tell us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. Don't worry. We're not leaving you out of the conversation. Yeah. So tell us what got you into entrepreneurship. What has been your biggest challenge so far?
I've been like, thanks once again. I've been like a big fan of owning my own thing, right? Like growing up as a kid, for example, I'm a designer and I'm the owner of Ralph Empire. And growing up, I have like find it really interesting stitching and all of this. So we had, as a kid, we had like a neighbor always like a tailor and all of that. So after my school, like back then, the what was it called? I'm like always running to this woman's store, like just like sitting with her, seeing how she's doing this.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm like picking up some pieces from the floor and trying to make those things together just to see, like, as a kid, I can make something out of it, right? I have like always loved fashion. Even in school, we had like different back then in school we have like different organization. Some people belong to the science department, to the art department, and all of that. So I was like in the art department, I was like always so interested in tailoring and stitches and trying to be creative about it. And moving to Germany 5 years ago, developed my skills. I got to know new people. I started modeling. And
Nice.
I was modeling when I came new. And I was like, okay, I think all of a sudden I was so inspired when I met some designers also. I spoke to them about like how it's been going and all of that, right? So I made a short trip back to home, like to Nigerian. And when I came back, I decided, okay, what is it going to be like if I want to maybe have my own thing, bringing my own ideas on my own designs, coming up with something,
Yeah.
So not just something regular, because of course we have other fashion brands and
True,
bigger
true.
brands and all of that out there. So I was like, okay, I maybe want to do something, creating my own style,
Yeah.
passing some kind of message to the community through fashion,
Mhm.
being different, being diverse in it and all of
Yeah.
that. So I thought about the whole idea. I did some consultations with some people who are already in the field. I got
Oh,
some
that's
advice and all of
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
And this is why it wasn't easy from beginning. It's one thing to think or having an idea. It's another thing to implement these
Implement,
ideas.
yeah.
Could be for example, problems with finances and all of
Yeah,
that, because setting
yeah.
up a fashion brand,
It's
it's
not
not just
easy.
something you
Yeah.
just pull up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I went into it. It took me like 4 to 5 months to produce my stuff and all of that, right? Because I didn't just want to start with drop shipping and all of that. So I really want to start with something like, say whatever you want to do, whatever is worth doing should be worth doing well, right?
Yeah.
So I really want to go into it. Of course, not so big immediately, but starting somewhere that I can know that, okay, good, I have few things for the people, the customers and all of that, right?
Yeah.
That's why it took time for the production and all of that. But what's most interesting is then I produced my stuff, took me like 5 months. Then I booked like a date to do like this, what's it called, like a launch
Yeah.
party or something like
Yeah.
this for the brand here in Berlin. And my difficult experience, my first ever difficult experience I had, of course, my first production was in Germany, and I also did some collaboration with some guys from Vietnam,
Okay.
in Asia.
From Vietnam.
From Vietnam, yeah. So we had to,
Yeah, that's
from Vietnam.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are very, very good in when it has to do with shoes, footwear,
No
and all
way.
of that. Yeah,
You should-
They're very creative.
That was why Nike's moving their factory to
Yeah,
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah, I think it's there
Ah, is
already.
it?
Yeah, I think it's there
and
already.
when
Yeah.
you're looking at the cost
Of production.
of production and all of that, it's
Cheaper.
quite reasonable, more affordable in
Yeah.
comparison to Germany.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that overview. That's amazing, to be honest, what you're doing. And also, guys, if you don't know, that's Raf's brand, Raf Empire. That's his brand. So go support Raf. He's an amazing fashion designer.
And the quality is so dope. I'm just gonna
I
say.
know. The quality is amazing, and Raf is actually our fashion designer. He create he help us build up our
Our t-shirts.
our t-shirts,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you blushing?
And also, just to add to that, these from Rough Empire.
This Raf as well.
Child,
Yeah,
wow.
Oh, I see. So you guys see, I mean,
Come on.
Wow.
absolutely
Yeah,
amazing,
good, yeah.
absolutely amazing. Yeah, Raf. Then maybe I'm still waiting for my design though. Yeah, I'll come get some soon. Yeah. So, guys, hey, you guys should go to Raf. It's fucking amazing the what he does. So Raf, tell us. I wanted to ask because you've told us the what you've gone through in terms of starting your business, in terms of the bureaucracy with shipping and all of that. What do you think has been the most challenging aspect of starting a business for you? So is it finances? Is it the bureaucratic operational processes? Or is it the operation of the business itself?
I'm going to say in every part which you mentioned, the bureaucracy, the finances, there's always one or two problems from there.
Yeah.
But like the overall problem, I would say like this is something that's even still happening until today, is the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Time has been the biggest challenge.
Yeah, time is always like the major factor. I'm currently producing my stuffs with in Pakistan. I have I have a lot of nice tailors there, local tailors in Pakistan. These guys are so good. So they're the ones who are producing my stuffs after I design.
Yeah.
So like it's a lot of time for me trying to coordinate, because the whole time I have to communicate with them through
Yeah.
phone, like through calling them either on video call or
Yeah.
something like this. So it's like taking a lot of time in terms of choosing the materials,
Yeah.
purchasing the materials to the production, telling them
Yeah.
what I want and all of that. And it's not just about with a tailor or all of that. I also
Yeah.
need a lot of time to design,
True.
because
true.
at the end of the day, sometimes you get to design your outfits and like it's not so compatible in terms of like, okay, when you show to some the critics guys, like not so compatible. How about you do it like this, or
Yeah.
something like this, and then you start changing all over again.
Yeah.
Or now in terms of like organizing like a shoot, like a photo shoot or video shooting with the models and the photographers, now you start needing to plan again what
Yeah.
time is going to suit for everyone, and it's
yeah,
always
can
it's
imagine.
always with the time.
And I have so Alison is going to ask a question real quick, but I just wanted to say something. That's so interesting because your operation is so international because you have people in Vietnam and in Pakistan and in Nigeria as well. That's just absolutely incredible. So I can see why you don't have a lot of time. And I had no idea there was fashion critiques as well.
Yeah.
You need to make a design and send it to fashion critic.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you just need to be open to everything, right? Like,
true.
you can't do it alone. It's like a collective,
collective
process.
Yeah.
It's fashion. Of course, I already have my own idea and what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still need people to see this. People have to, because I'm not doing this thing for me to wear. Of course, I'm using my products and what I'm wearing is from my brand, but like, I'm also doing this for other people to also use. So I'm trying to do, just as I said in the beginning, my fashion idea or my fashion sense is creating something that's like diverse for everyone, everyone can use. So also my tailors, I have tailors, just as you said, from Pakistan. These are my major tailors I have in Pakistan. So the Vietnams are there, and the Nigerian also. So these guys have what they specialize in. So when it has to do with denim, the guys from Pakistan are 100% good with denims. They are very, very good with sportwears,
awesome.
with denims. They are so good. So when it has to do with shoes and all of that, then you contact the guys from Vietnam. And when you then want to do some kind of crazy things with your normal material, Ankara, this old fabric and stuff, and then you have to go for the tailors in Nigeria. They are amazing, so this is like it's like you have to be able to, it's like an international.
You have to be diverse.
You have to be diverse, because I mean, I could just use one specific zone or something, but
region,
I think I'm getting something good from those different regions.
Hey, it's why you're the expert. It's why it's why your empire is growing so big. So because you have all of this operation. So
really
so
nice.
So what was
I actually just wanted to ask. I think it's for the both of you guys. The both of you.
Yeah.
Tips on how to actually start, because I feel like a lot of people have that fear of being initiative and starting and being like, okay, I'm going to have my own book, my own design. Tell us, how did you start? How did you go into it? What made you start? What inspired you?
So let's go with you, Williams, first.
Let me go first. What made me start? I will start like this. An idea will always remain an idea
until you put it into action.
Until you put it into action.
That is such.
That's it.
So statement. I've been in this kind of dilemma for like years, and Inale, it's a form of like, in as much as it's a survival story, is a story of self-discovery, right? Most of the poem written down there, right, they've been in my storage for like over 5, 6, 7 years, most of them. And that's where fear comes in, to like put this thing out. And for me, there's just self-doubt, right? Are they really fit to be shared or published?
Which I think everybody has, because I think everybody deals with insecurities and stuff like that.
Insecurity when it comes to creating stuff, and to see if it's actually published worthy, right?
Exactly.
Okay, how was I able to like go through this? I think first and foremost, like, I've forgotten this amazing performer. Like, he said, be comfortable in dishing out your creative work with smaller communities, right? Then you build from there to go into like the global stage, or the publishing it out worldwide. So having that in mind, how did I start? I started like from little birthday gatherings, like sharing my poetry. I'll just tell the celebrant, I have some little poetry that I've written down for
Yeah.
you, dedicated to you. I'll just say something, and also from there I include some of other of my writings or
Yeah.
write-ups I've done. So I started like from birthday parties from friends, going to like different communities. I also did one in BAC, Black Aspiring
Yeah,
Creators.
yeah.
I did one in one of their events like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I also did one. Also, in my previous company that I worked during corporate events, they call on me to come do my poetry reading, renditions,
that's
and all.
amazing.
You know, so that alone started giving me some kind of courage to like, oh, these guys, the reception was positive, the feedback, and to like shock you guys, that was what bet the idea of, okay, it's time to put this out. And also to like, the fun part of it that a creative designer in my former company was the one that brought me out that like, hey, really, let's have a moment, like, and he was like taking me through like, do I really have the plans to like publish my work? I was like, no, I've never really thought of that. I don't think my writings are publish worthy. It was like, come off with that. As a creative designer, he understands all those things that he could collaborate with me to help me with the book cover. That all I just need to do is to tell him my ideas. How do I want the book to look? And he will be able to visualize it and bring it to reality, because he also have the idea to also work with a writer or a creator to publish something, because he's a creative designer. This is something he also wish for, and that was all.
I love it though, because it's so eye-catching.
It was spontaneous. It was just like this. So I told him that, okay, I want a cool feel. The image shouldn't give any kind of gender identity, because looking at the picture, like, you wouldn't tell if it's a boy or a girl or if it's anything, but it's
I
just
thought it was you.
Yeah, I did his work. I did his work.
That's
because you can say
I thought it was you.
No, it was actually not me. The only thing that you might want to like align it with me, okay, is the dread. Like, I tried to tell her that, make it more accommodating, like more diverse. The dreads could be for like, okay, African roots and all the color, everything. Like, okay, everybody loves color regardless of where you come from, and just keep it simple, and you should also have a depth of creativity.
That's so
and also the inside cover and some designs also takes you back home, because at any point for everything I tend to do, I try to like start to tie it back to my roots, right? So you could see some like graphics, some African graphics, my roots and everything to infuse that vibe into it. So all I would say in summary or in a nutshell is, if you have an idea, go for it. Like, keep putting yourself out there, right? You wouldn't know, like we say in the Nigerian local parlance, we say, your helper, maybe one day you go meet your helper. So I met
that's
my
so
helper,
true.
and he made my ideas and my dreams a reality. And that's how Inale was better.
I love that. I love that. Ralph, I have a question for you. Felix, actually. What do people actually refer you to as? What do people refer? Felix or Ralph?
Both are my names, but I think I'm more famous with Felix.
Yeah. Okay. I have a question actually.
Yeah, people don't know his name.
Sure.
Yeah.
I actually
people don't know.
Most
I've
people don't know you as Ralph. Like,
people. I mean, people knows me also as Ralph. My full name is Raphael, of course.
Yeah.
But growing up, I've always wanted to use the name like Felix. It's also my name. But more people knows me with Felix.
Nah, we still love that. But I wanted to ask you something. Sorry, I actually wanted to ask you something. What's you have a niche market, a target audience. How do you feel? Do you feel that your friends have been supportive with your journey, or has it been something that's been challenging for you?
Thank you for the question. First of all, when me thinking if my friends have been supportive, the question I'm always going to ask myself is, what's my expectation?
Yeah.
What are my expectations from the people around me, or what are my expectations from my friends? So of course I didn't have any fixed expectation from anyone, right? Just as I said previously, whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm creating is for everyone, regardless of a particular region or something, right? So coming about my friends supporting me, I'm gonna say yes and no.
Why? Why no? Actually, I want to hear the negative part first.
Okay,
Do
before
it
the
by
negative part,
yourself,
so
yeah.
maybe I should say generally like I feel supported, but in the other
Awesome.
ways there are of course some people who just like, for example, there are some people who just want to come to just they're just looking forward to gaining something from you, right?
Very true.
There are this kind of people like they just focused on just taking things for free.
Yeah.
Hey, can I have this hoodie? Can I have this denim? Or this jacket looks good. Can I have it?
Oh.
Like they like just taking your things and just for the sake of friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, that's
And
disrespect.
they're like not proposing. Okay, how much does it cost? I could pay
Yeah.
maybe in reduced price or something, but I mean, it's all love. It's good. Because at the end of the day, I'm not even about focus on the money right now. So it's more about like the awareness.
Yeah, beauty
When
brand,
people wear
yeah.
this, more
get
people
to
get
see.
to see it and
Yeah.
all of that. But in as much as that, I would have maybe in this particular aspect, I would have maybe wished for a better compromise, I
Yeah.
would say. Because when I even go to get to purchase or to design those things with the tailors, they don't give me for free.
Exactly.
True.
I have
Yeah.
to pay at the
Yeah,
end
pay
of
for
the
it as
day.
well.
And it's always there's this kind of friends, who just want to take from you, and
Yeah.
the same denim or the same t-shirts they're taking at the end of the day when they go to Nike or when they go to Zara or to these bigger brands or even outside, they give money to purchase
They
these
pay a lot
things.
as well,
They
yeah.
pay a lot to get these things, but
Yeah.
even for you with like an upcoming brand, you
Yeah.
just want to take,
And the quality is really good,
yeah,
honestly.
I mean,
So
but at the end of the day, I still have those ones there also who has been grinding with me from the day
from
one.
the one.
They have supported me also in terms of modeling. My first models I've been like working with are my close friends.
Yeah.
They've been like the real face of the brand, grinding together from day one.
Yeah.
And this is great. I can't pay everyone. You can't afford to pay everyone because it's like an upcoming brand. You also need people around you who is going to help you. I had like a photographer, for example, who is a friend. I had like a videographer who is also a friend. So these people have supported me so far in the past,
Yeah.
So it's like giving and taking at the end of the day. But in terms like this, when someone do something for me, I then propose to give them something, I propose. But there are these ones that they don't do something for you, but just in the name of the friendship, they just want to take,
Just want to take.
Yeah, this is.
I think that's a lot of
right.
that's what a lot of people they're facing challenges with that, especially with people that are within your community. They want to just benefit from you, but they don't really reciprocate. And I find that a little bit unfortunate, and it's quite sad. But I feel like even if it's just a little goes a long way, even if it's just like sharing your posts or liking your posts and commenting or even just making a video. I think that's how that's how people can just support your brand, without doing a lot. But anyways, tips.
Yeah.
I would like to know if y'all have tips on actually starting. Like, what could you say to someone who wants to be like
So
an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that goes back to the previous question that was asked to Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
Starting, what's the motivation about starting? So at the end of the day, this whole thing goes back to the main topic of this of this interview, which means succeeding as a creator,
Yeah.
right? So, first, I think it's good to define the word creator. What's a creator? Creator can be defined in different ways. We are all creative minds. So the first thing,
I'm not creative though.
you're creative, trust me.
You
So
have
the
hidden
first thing,
talent.
being a creator, the first start, every human being is a creative. I'm going to tell you, every human being has talent.
Thanks
So
for giving
even
me
if
some,
you can clap, that's your talent. But then if you can clap like this, you're already being creative about
guys,
it.
now
you
I'm
know?
motivated.
So creative or being a creator, it starts first with your mind. So the mind, the thinking and the mind starts first, because now you're coming up with something. How can you do this? How can you make it better? How can you stand out to the crowd, right? This is the first thing that comes to your head, like thinking. It's already starting. Now, succeeding, the word succeeding is being able to put that thing you're thinking into reality, you know, and also being successful, or seeing yourself that those things, your plans are really falling in places, right? This is what we can just say, succeeding. So I think succeeding as a creator isn't just about thinking it or having it in your mind. It's about the motivation, the courage to start. So many people have the courage. I know a lot of people have the thoughts that, okay, they want to start something, they want to do something, but they're like having difficulties to start it. You just have to start. You know,
that's so true.
You just have to start.
Do you know what I keep forgetting? I keep forgetting he's a motivational speaker.
No, I'm not
You're giving those vibes.
Yeah, I know. You're giving the vibe. You know,
it's like, but it's like,
you know,
it's like a reality. You know,
it sounds like therapist as well.
You just have to start something. If you want to do it, then you have to go for it.
Just do it.
You just have to start from small. You know. Big shout out to my friends. I know some few guys who are also doing well in different industries today. And all those people just started from somewhere. You know, Elon Musk, for example, he also started from somewhere. If you're just having this old thoughts and this old creativity in your mind, but you're not implementing it, or you're not looking for a small space, even if it's Instagram shop, online content creating, just create an Instagram account, it's free of charge. Creating a TikTok account is free of charge. Just do your thing.
So I want to get back to something real quick, right? So you mentioned, you know, your friends that are also being creative as well. So do you collaborate with, you know, other entrepreneurs or other creative people as well? Especially being from Nigeria, for example, right? Do you collaborate with, you know, other Nigerians, other Africans? Do you collaborate with these people on, you know, different projects?
Collaboration. What does collaboration means? So collaboration now is about taking people or trying to work together with people, right? So it's more of like, I don't know, there's this word that says if you want to go far, you have to go with crowd. Like you have to run with people, right?
True.
Collaboration is always good. But now you can collaborate with everyone, right? Because now the people who does so many contents, a lot of creativities online, offline, everywhere. So I just have to see, does the plans or the ideas, does it aligns with what I do? For example, I don't need to collaborate with a comedian. I don't need a comedian on the Ralph Empire for the clothing, you know. I don't need someone to put on my coat and start laughing on the street for people to buy, you know. I mean,
Jesus Christ,
you could, but collaboration is good. I have a friend, for example, who is into sport, gymming, and all of that. You know, he has like a TikTok. He makes like the sport content and all of that. So he reached out to me, right? We talked about the ideas together, and he said, okay, he would like to collaborate with some active wears, something to inspire the people who is following him on Instagram. You know, we talked about the whole ideas. We aligned, of course, did some paperwork and all of that. And today we have the Bearded CJ and the Ralph Empire collaboration, you know. It's like, there is always power in collaboration, right? So it's not like now, not just like I'm collaborating him, right? but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
also
true,
like
true, yeah.
it's like giving this awareness. Like now, when awareness we're creating, defeat. It's called the awareness. Is called defeat. So it's like it's like giving
Is
women.
defeat an acronym for something?
Yeah,
larger,
defeat
or-
is like a word of encouragement telling you to
It's
stay
just like
fit.
an hashtag, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
like
like-
a lifestyle
Yeah,
brand.
just like just like staying fit.
Oh,
Which is
Yeah.
amazing. I love that. Which is so,
So,
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Kind
Awesome.
of collaboration
Yeah.
like this it's quite good. I mean, collaboration is always good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you know, how has collaborating been for you so far? You know, especially writing your book in that project so far.
I would say it's been an amazing experience working with different people. I worked with a friend in Nigeria who is
Yeah.
also an author. He helped with editing the whole manuscript. Also worked with the creative designer, also currently based in Spain. Yeah, because he has
Oh.
moved to Spain. So
Awesome.
all this while it was just like trying to understand how they work, because that's one thing you need to know as a creative or anyone working with people, like, or collaborating with people. You have to know their style of work. That's one thing I would put out there for people to know, and see how you can be able to fine tune your own style of work to be able to blend each other's style of work.
Yeah.
So I worked or collaborated with them on this project, and it took us like a year, right, to going back and forth. Also, I worked with another designer back home in Nigeria, because it got to a point that, okay, we're not meeting the specifications, the Amazon specifications for like publishing and everything. It was very like technical. So I'm like, man,
Oh wow.
let me just look at my network. And that's another thing. I've learning a good network. Like
Now I
and
have
build on
so
your
many
network.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to like reach out to them.
Mm.
He jumped on the call, told him my problems and all. And also like one of my friend also, who is also an author too, back home. I had to like still go back home and like, because I know I have a community, I have a family back there, and they came on board, helped me to like fine tune everything, corrected the initial specifications, and this was like 3 weeks to our event. Come on, I'm yet to publish.
No way.
Amazon. Okay, when am I going to publish? When is this thing going to be ready? When am I going to ship them down here? And like, he was already like on his own way, like, guy, what's up? Your book is not yet on Amazon. How is the event? So it comes with its own pressure and challenges, but above all, right, I'm happy everything worked fine. So
Williams?
collaboration is cool, yeah.
Since you're into
Awesome.
acting as well,
Yeah.
would you consider writing a film?
Well, for that, I have something in the works coming.
You can imagine.
I don't know when, but
Guys, watch out.
that's actually the next
watch out.
phase, yeah. So
Okay.
just
Williams
watch out,
has
yeah.
something coming. Be
Okay.
ready to stream it on Amazon Prime and Netflix. Yeah, I know it's gonna be there for sure. I know it's gonna be there. Yeah, but I really wanted to ask a question though. Who is your publisher?
I published on Amazon, yeah.
Oh, on Amazon.
On Amazon,
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and so guys, if you know, we had I think we spoke about the event in our last episode. Yeah, so so Ralph and William, they collaborated in a fashion show event and book launching as well. If you haven't seen the highlight, I would recommend you go to their page. Yeah, are you guys on YouTube as well or just Instagram?
On
Instagram.
Rock
Okay,
Time
so
Nice, yeah.
yeah, we would add a link down in the info area, and then you can just go down there and check their Instagram and watch those. I like the fashion show was freaking amazing. Yeah, it's just awesome. And also the book is amazing as well. So yeah, you wanted to ask some other questions basically. So
No. I think I'm actually basically done, but I think maybe it's not a question. It's just like what your last words to anybody that's out there that wants to start a fashion brand, that wants to be a model, even though they might be short like me. What?
I know, right? I've always dreamt about
I mean,
being a model as well, but
you know,
Didn't get there.
there are a lot of people out there
Yeah.
who has this low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the word low self-esteem because of, for some reason, I don't know, because of the body measurement, which actually doesn't matter, or the body sizes, which actually doesn't matter. You know, this is what we stand for. This is, we're trying to promote diversity among everyone, right? So now you're talking like, what's my advice is for people, short people or smaller people who would like to model and all of that.
Come on.
What I'm going to say is come out, ask. You know, you always have to ask.
Yeah.
Don't try to limit yourself because
Yeah.
of your body size or because of your body measurement.
I-
You know,
Aww.
Speak to me, brother.
short people or small people, or maybe average people also wear clothes, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Everyone
Guys,
wear clothes.
If you see me on the runway
So,
tomorrow, he just gave me the motivation and the license to go out there. Yeah.
everyone should represent whatever they stand for and however they are. Just come out, just start something, just speak to anyone. You can reach out to us. We would look, as long as you pass in any of the shooting one and do, always reach out to you too.
Yeah.
And one advice or what I'm going to say to anyone who's planning to start something, not just about being a fashion designer, maybe being something like a vendor, a photographer, a videographer, or having your own online store or something.
Yeah.
All
Just
I'm going to
start.
tell you today is just start.
Yeah.
Start with the smallest resources or with the smallest thing you can use. Just start.
Yeah.
Start from somewhere and just try to make it. Try to put your energy, try to put your time, try to make something out of it,
Yeah.
and just watch it grow.
Awesome.
Nice. How about you, Williams? What would
Mr.
be your
Williams.
advice?
From the stables of Mr. Willie of Berlin, I would say
That's an awesome man.
just keep creating.
Awesome.
Keep creating. Ralph has already shed more light on that.
Yeah.
Keep creating, because if you're not out there, nobody is coming for you.
Ooh.
Your helper no go locate you. Thank you.
Ooh.
Guys, if you didn't hear that, that's he just added a bit of pidgin English there. So he said your helper will never find you if you're not out there. So you need to put yourself out there, and then you get other people that are also in the same space of mind as well. And then then you can create something amazing.
Nice.
Definitely. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. It has been so amazing and so enlightening to actually see you in a different setting outside of, modeling, stress, books, etc. Lovely to get to know you guys. If you guys have any questions or if you guys want to know more about them, please get in touch, and you can follow them on their pages. Mr. Williams will link up your bio and your Instagram link, and then Ralph Empire's all your 5,000 business links that we have. Because Ralph is also a multiple talented person. But you guys, calling and signing out from Onlyfacts Studio. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.